Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. did not hold back. In an exclusive interview with NewsNation's Rich McHugh, RFK is calling for change at the federal level and criticizing President Biden's response in East Palestine.
Hi, Natasha. Independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is representing 1,000 families affected by the Norfolk Southern train derailment here in East Palestine. He is part of the class action suing Norfolk Southern, but he is also critical of the federal response and President Biden's response. I sat down with him recently to talk about it all. Take a look.
Let's talk about East Palestine. The president has yet to even visit there, even though he's promised to visit there. What would your response have been as president?
I would have been in East Palestine the next day. Even if I had to put on a moon suit and a respirator. But I would have been there the next day, and I would have gone, I would have certainly gone to East Palestine before I went to Ukraine, or before President Biden has spent more time with President Zelensky than he has with, the people of East Palestine.
The governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, has asked the President Biden to declare it a disaster so that federal funds could come in. What do you think is going on? Why does the president not declare a disaster there?
I don't know, and the president has not paid attention there. The federal response has been utterly inadequate. You look at, we've sent $113 billion to Ukraine. We need that money here, and we need it right now. And the people of East Palestine ought to be the recipients of that money rather than, a foreign government in a foreign country, the most corrupt country in the world. We ought to be taking care of our own here in the United States.
If elected as president, what would you do with East Palestine? What would you do with the EPA and the CDC? Is there anything that you would be doing differently?
Yeah, I'm going to reorganize both of those agencies. The EPA is a captured agency. It's captured by the chemical industry, in some cases by the rail industry, by the oil industry, and by big ag. And I'm going to reorganize it so it starts working for the American people again. And that, the priority in our country should be cleaning up these toxic waste.
Bobby Kennedy Jr. has sued just about every federal three-letter agency there is. If he wins the presidency, he will have to recuse himself from this case, of course. Natasha?
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.